but I'm still gonna look to figure out about the
Live on YouTube now.
oh, you see it?
Yes.
Okay,
Live
awesome.
streaming.
Push this. All right, let me get this link here.
Welcome anyone who's
Ah,
joining, who's just now seen us. So excited for this conversation.
okay, here we go. This is all right, that's coming here. We are live in Facebook. All right, and let me put this over here. All right, that's happening. Okay.
You just let me know when I'll be able to see it, probably.
Yes, so it should be live. Oh, look who's here.
I see. Hello,
Oh,
hello.
is that connected? Hold on a second. Okay, that should work there. All right.
Here it is.
Okay. All right, we're gonna see what's happening over here. Okay. Oh, she left.
She'll be back.
So, oh, we weren't. Hi. Okay, so I guess now, all right. Now we should be rolling here in YouTube as well. Are you seeing that?
That is what I am seeing. Yes. Live on YouTube.
Okay, there we are. But it's like it's behind. So okay, that's happening. Hi, this is us figuring this thing out. Welcome, Gwendolyn. Welcome. Hello. And now my dog wants to come in and be a part of this because this is live. There's really nothing else we can do but be live. Oh,
Beautiful.
beautiful. Yes. Welcome. Hello. Hello. Hello, world. My name is Ann Jonas, and I'm sitting next to Dr. Jennifer Markham. And together we are offering into the Sacred Connection Community portal, into YouTube, into the land of virtual connection, an opportunity for a sacred conversation. This is a love light chat because love and light are really all that is in the realm of everything that's energy and vibration, which is where we're going to play today. This experience is birthed out of the desire for connection. We all have it. We all have a place within us that knows that there is more to this life. And when Jen and I were talking earlier, this is in essence what we are going to, this encapsulates what we're going to speak to today. And that is that polarity is structural and expansion is oneness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so this is a conversation of fluidity, and we're looking forward to whoever may join us and join the conversation with questions or comments. And we intend to spend a good hour here in this container of conversation and love and light. So, Jen, why don't you introduce yourself? I'm the Lotus Path. I'm the curator of Sacred Connection, and we'll talk more about this as well. Producer of Sacred Connection Anthology. Dr. Jen also is a co-author. We are 2 of 7. And this is another beautiful opportunity for us to share the love we have for the language of remembering.
Absolutely.
All
Oh,
right.
and here we are again. Beautiful. So, yes, I'll introduce myself as well. That's a great idea. So, I am Dr. Jennifer Markham, a naturopathic doctor, a visionary artist, a writer, teacher, speaker, mentor. And I've had this privilege of getting to know Anne over the last, I think, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And what you birthed in sacred connection, or that calling into sacred connection, has become this beautiful community which has brought about this conversation, the anthology book, as you mentioned, that's going to launch on 11/11. And if you know me, or if you don't, one of my things that I'm most passionate about, or I should say, what matters to me most in life, is truth. And that saying, pretty well known saying, the truth shall set you free. I 100%.
But it hurts too, right?
Yeah, resonate with that. It sure can. It's all
Well,
perspective, right?
and here's the thing, and you're going to get this. Everyone's going to get this. This is a conversation. And my world sees world as a birth
Mm.
over and over and over again. And that's a metaphor. Birth is painful. And it's birth. It's amazing. It's everything, and it's painful. And yet it's not the pain of what's distraught or broken, right? It's the pain of birth. It's the pain of renewal.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, okay, I had to go there on that one. So
yes. Many metaphors. Oh, I'm glad you did.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it's and that reminds me of the caterpillar to the butterfly. I mean, you can't rush your healing. You can't break open the chrysalis too soon. It is a transformation. It is a process. Life is made of cycles. We understand that. We honor that. I mean, even if we're just talking about the solstices and each month the moon cycles and whatnot, there's a rhythm and a timing in that sense to life, which is beautiful, because I also love to exist within that timeless space conversation, in the spirit realm, and also in the world of quantum reality or quantum physics. Time and space are not limited. That's where I wrote about a bit in the chapter, but it's something that many people are familiar with. Well, maybe not. You shared a case the other day, meaning with quantum reality, meaning there have been studies done, things are separated.
The saliva test?
Yeah, the saliva test. Actually, maybe if you want to share that, but
yeah. Go ahead
if you do.
I'll come back in. Finish your thought.
Okay. Yes, basically, if we take a substance and split it or remove it from its origin, like from a person, and then that person goes farther away, say it's a body fluid, in this case saliva, there's a
resonance. The resonance, right? Exactly. So there's the word. And so that was this really cool piece about this test, this experiment, was saliva was removed from an individual, held in a petri dish. The individual was somewhere else on the planet having an experience. And there was an energetic aliveness carried the imprint in the saliva, and it matched the emotional qualities that the individual was having on the other side of the planet over this period of about 18 hours. It's mind-blowing to think, first of all, that you can track that shit.
Well, it's at the exact same moment too. It's not like, oh, they were feeling this emotion, so a few hours later we know.
Yeah, they were in that time-space continuum.
That's right. So thank you for sharing that. Much further about me is I'm been in practice 7 years. My practice is Vitality Healing Center, private practice. And most important for today, I think, is that I love to talk about vibration, resonance, and the oneness that we are. And I think that we're each here as a messenger to one another, whether or not that message feels like a good thing, or we can recognize whether or not it's true, it's the truth, or it's just someone else's experience and perception and dream or reality, as it were. But that we are here as messengers or reflections, and when we get the opportunity to listen and to speak and to share, we're really giving that opportunity to expand into greater resonance and honoring or glorification of the truth, love, and light that we are.
And we're going in strong. What we do.
Yes.
So, you said
Keep it
something that
entertaining.
triggered something in me because you said, we're messengers, right? We're messengers, whether we intend to be or not,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And that what I want to call into that when we talk about polarity is that we're messengers of love or fear.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it may not be intentional either direction. It may be that is how you walk through the world, it's how you express. So something the other day I said with a client, which really it sings for me. I did something backwards and I said, out of mind, out of sight.
Mm.
And I went,
Mhm.
oh, wait, that's wrong. And I went, oh, no, that's more right than ever.
Mhm.
We always say out of sight, out of mind. That was, if it's out of sight, you're not going to think about it. If you don't see it, you're not going to think about it. Well, guess what? If it's in your mind, you're going to see it. And if it's not in your mind, you're not going to see it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's that reaffirmation of, well, I don't know what you focus on grows. What you believe to be reality is then what is going to occur as your reality. Or as Muji
And I
says,
want to say something right here because there are a lot of people that may come across this in the world. And this conversation can lead to someone saying, oh, that's spiritual bypassing,
mhm, mhm.
right? To say that, oh, I'm not going to see what's not there. Like there's a war happening on our planet right now, and it's real and it is existing. And that's another conversation that I love to have about, why we're here, where we landed, how we chose to be here, what's our ancestral line, what's our story. And I'm not going to get into any piece of that. All I'm going to say is that we have an opportunity to continue to offer love into the container where fear is brewing. So
Absolutely.
wherever you might be, that is always truth. And with that, there is that this is the energetic vibration. That's what we're talking about. The energetic vibration is what calls us to awareness. So we can say, I see life as love and
Mhm.
know in my whole being that there is fear. And part of the way I do that is through humor. Can you see resemblance? Here, the thing is, we got to fucking laugh at ourselves. This is a seriously crazy existence and reality. I mean, what's reality, right? And if you're called to this type of conversation, you're a weirdo too, on some level,
Welcome.
because we have exact welcome.
Welcome, weird, woo woo, wild spirit you.
We're reclaiming weirdo, by the way. We're reclaiming it. People say, I'm not weird, like I don't want to be weird. Celebrate. We're all weird.
We all are.
Except, yeah.
We are. We're so unique. We're these unique expressions. Reminds me of the snowflakes,
Yeah.
um, which is also about resonance.
I
That
think there's also about the energy of love or fear. You always bring it
That's
back.
right. That's right. The Hidden Messages of Water by Emoto. Ooh,
Dr. Masuro Emoto.
thank you. I wrote
Love him.
about this in the chapter on resonance
He
being.
was introduced to the world through What the Bleep Do We Know? If
Oh, I
anybody
didn't
remembers.
realize that.
Yeah, that's when I first came into contact with him back in, I don't know if that was the early 2000s. Yeah.
Okay.
Another
Okay.
one of those weird movies that tells you all kinds of cool shit.
Well, thank you for that. What the bleep do we know? I've heard of that
Yeah.
and surprised that I haven't watched it. Um, well, yeah, and he looked at the water. He looked at the water. It was an experiment that went on for a while, and it was a little bit before he was successful. That has to do with morphic resonance, or the possibility that it has to do with morphic resonance, which I could explain. But I'm going to go on to the point of it. So he took water from different places, different sources of water, pure water, toxic water, different locations, and then he exposed it to different types of music, different words, intention, energy. And then he was able to also successfully freeze the water just at the right moment, and they would create snowflakes. And of course, you could imagine, if you haven't seen it already, these beautiful crystals. which I know you know, Anne. Um,
Yeah, on this
love,
microscopic level, I mean, it's
yes.
profound there. So I'll let you continue, but yeah, there's a huge
They
piece here.
are. They're profound. And so pure water and loving words and positive intention, beautiful music created these incredible and unique snowflake structures, each just incredible, incredible. And then the more toxic water, the hateful or painful words or, really disruptive, chaotic
The
music.
negativity, yes, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes they weren't even creating snowflakes. And we're all like in a
But
good way.
they were immensely broken. They were morphed.
Yeah,
They were ugly, right? That's that energy of ugly. And so meaning they never had the opportunity because of the negative container to form with such beauty. And
like
so
yeah.
we can look at humanity in the way that, I'm not going to say humanity is ugly. It's an element of fear and pain. Fear and pain, when they run the show, create these things that occur on our planet, and it's because the love is not present. Let me pull that one back. The love is ever
Thank
present,
you. That's
ever,
right.
ever, ever. It feels clouded. And that, what you, Dr. Jen, and what I do in the world is we support people in removing the veil, remembering that we are love incarnate, remembering that we are light and we chose this is choice is everything. Choice is perspective. Choice is what we want to offer. Choice to speak our truth. Choice to feel. We actually can choose to feel. We can choose to not feel. You all get that, right? I mean, it's like you can decide to shut yourself off from feeling.
Yes.
So yeah.
Oh, profound. I that reminds me of something that was discussed on my first podcast episode, which I was just reviewing the other day because we did go live or did launch, and your quantum embodiment. And we were talking about our energetic field. We have the physical, our emotional level, our ethereal level, our causal, so forth. We have sort of this energy bubble around us. It's measurable in different various ways. But when we think about like, well, I got to have boundaries, or this is all overwhelming, or various reasons, and we think to, or not consciously, but at least it occurs, we got walls up. But if you have walls up as a form of protection, so to speak, you're not letting things in, but you're not also able to expand or express. So there is this, the yin and yang of it all. And
fluidity, yeah, the fluidity and the exchange. Yes.
absolutely. Of course, choosing, from the healing perspective, and just from perspective of life, there's always the time to honor being internal or being a healing process or what have you, and not be making yourself be present with the world or having to look at things.
Well, interestingly enough, that's the polarity, right?
Yeah.
That's an important, it's an integral part of this dimension, right? I mean, we have day and night. It is, and wherever you might have awareness of other dimensions, other realms, what we know in this conversation and in this world of sacred connection and the truth that we speak is that there are other ways of being where light and love are it. There isn't a polarity. It's another realm. It's another planet, dimension, however you want to speak to it. Earth School is specifically designed to create polarity. And that is what we experience as the day and night exchange. So we know what you're saying is so true. And I've battled with myself as a self-employed person for 20 years, which I know in and of itself is a big deal, that, having the there's a courage that comes from stepping out behind a job and saying, you know, here's my shingle and here's my retirement plan and here's my insurance and here's my other shit, right? You know, it's like we got to make it all happen for ourselves. Mm-hmm. And the benefit of that is it's all us, right? We're our own message. Okay, I went on a tangent. Where am I coming? Bring it back. So here's that thing. So, in business, yes, in life, in business, in existence, we have to recognize that there's the time for wintering, right? We're moving towards the winter solstice. We're in fall right now. The leaves are falling. The trees are shaking off that excess to go into the root, to go into the center, to come into the quiet, to be ready for bursting forth life, birthing all those little buds of leaves and flowers. I mean, yeah. So the thing is, if the earth doesn't go into that place, there's no energy. There's no ability, there's no resonance to move, to vibrate towards growth again, towards momentum. Right? The more we honor what's inherently here and say, okay, I'm here on this planet right now, and this is affecting me. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. You got birth and death, cycles. That's right. And I find it so beautiful, you know, it's more like riding the wave or going with the flow is what came to mind. Instead of fighting and resisting, you know. Someone said to me just the other day, like, I'm just so tired, and you know, I'm feeling really tired and not liking that, you know, wanted to feel good throughout that day. And they were really bothered by it. And then talking about what was like wrong, you know, what was going on that was contributing to it, and kind of creating more a story.
The influences, right? The influence,
right.
energetic
You know,
influence.
we're taught to think like that, like, well, then what's the reason? And then what do you need to change? And what did you do wrong? And well, that is actually a part of some direction that happens sometimes when I'm working with people, depending on what we're working on and where we're starting at. But there is some beautiful ease to just recognizing, well, it's all okay. It's all okay. And it reminds me of your song, and I sing it. I didn't expect to bring it up.
Anytime I hear someone say it's okay, that is my song. Yeah, so this is resonant with this little guy right here, because I've had a life where I thought I was funny all by myself. Like I cracked myself up all the time. But I didn't really think I was funny to anybody else, or that it would matter my funny. And so that has oozed out in a lot of different ways, and I embrace my full funny. But this was a time mid-COVID, you know, everybody was in it. We're all fucking in it, right? We're in it in different ways. And I loved COVID because it reminded us that we are human beings, not human doings. That was the greatest gift that the lockdown provided. The rest of it, I'm not going to speak into. So here's the thing. In a moment of stress with my partner at the time and my daughter and life, and I was like freaking out and losing my mind. And then it was all of a sudden it was, I'm okay. You're okay. We're okay. It's all okay. And it's the thing is that it's a way to break so there's vibration, right? We can get caught in it like a wave. Hey, waves, vibration, right? We can rise on the top of it. We can go underneath it, right? To the backside of it. I'm literally thinking of the water waves. But that's the pace, is that the waves are either going to resonate with us or against us, right? And that's music, right? You're like, oh, that music, it grates on my nerves. I can't even, and it's going here and you're going here, right? So until you come into the balance in the mirror, everything's a mirror anyway. Everything's a mirror, friends. Oh. And I'm going to tell you something. We talk a lot about triggers in the world of mirrors. Lately, glimmers have been flying around in the world of opposite of triggers. But here's a glimmer for you. You see something really amazing in someone else and you honor them and you admire them. Guess what, beautiful friend? That is you. You are reflected right there in that soul, in that light being. And I appreciate knowing that and sharing that, because, when someone like does that thing and I go, ow, okay, what is it? What about you right now that is creating some discomfort in me? And all it is right, Earth School. If we remember to come back to, I'm going to learn something. I'm going to learn something about myself. I'm going to learn something about myself because I'm here in Earth School.
I love it. When you're saying learning, I'm like, oh yeah, I like to refer to it also as, because it's like a remembering. It depends on, it's all perspective. We're learning, we're remembering, and like to say the experience of going from dis-ease or dissonance to resonance, or dis-ease to bliss, joy, optimal health,
Well, wholeness, I would say wholeness would be,
wholeness.
Often when we see dis-ease, we feel broken,
Yeah.
right? There's something wrong. You as a naturopath and, a doctor of all things wellness and vitality.
Vital.
Yes. So, it is funny. I really appreciated the first time I heard disease broken into dis-ease.
Yeah.
It was so profound for me because, again, words, energy, vibration, all of it is what co-creates. And that's the other piece. We are every second, every thought, every micro nanosecond of existence, we are choosing. And when you get that, when you really get that, you realize how empowered you can feel about your life.
Absolutely. Actually, I kind of want to sit with that for a second.
I was like, where are we going to go from that?
Well, I was going to speak into the subconscious because you were like every moment, like every millisecond we're making decisions. I'm not going to get these numbers correct, but it's just to give you an idea. It's like our consciousness can pay to, I don't know what, 11 or 15 or something things, in a given moment. But our subconscious awareness would be like aware of, again, these numbers, 4,000 things at once, like we might not think, well, I can feel this cloth on my, leg because I'm wearing clothes, and, oh, the cloth is on the leg, the cloth is on the leg. We're not focusing on some of those minute details, but our entire being, and I'm not just talking our spiritual being, our actual body, physical 3D body is aware. So, but also into the subconscious, that we make choices primarily based off of our subconscious, which is just a whole lot of programming, which we can deprogram and reprogram, to use, that type of term. But I do like to use that way of explaining it, because indeed it is, you can almost like wipe. I do that with individuals with certain chronic diseases, especially, kind of wipe the slate clean of the subconscious programming that leads one to continue patterns that just continue to perpetuate dis-ease or dissonance. And, from a perspective of having the experience in life that I have so far, when I hear people say, that's just who I am, and there's that little twinge of defeat or self-hatred, quite honestly, I'm going to put it like that, right?
Empowerment. Yeah. They don't have a choice in that.
Right. And I don't, in my experience, and I'm not just speaking about myself, but also those that I've worked with, that's not the case at all. Very few things are who you are. And if it doesn't make you feel good, it's probably not who you are. It's based off.
And even if it does make you feel good, it's still not who you are.
That's right.
Here's the thing, like, who you are is I am that I am. I am love and light. When we, and this is a beautiful part of every conversation, that ever has the potential to happen is we get to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? To remember, like, these are experiences that are 100% due to living in this third dimension. Mm-hmm. But they're important because we're here. So we got to work with the shit. So this is the thing, like all that you're speaking into, our bodies change. Okay, a couple things. One is, holy shit, do we have the most amazing body?
Oh, yes.
Amazing. Unconsciously running all the fucking time. I mean, first of all, make a baby in there. Like, hello, like you make a whole human being, and then it comes out and it's got all the parts for the most part, right? Okay, so that happens. Mm-hmm. Then, you know, we breathe, we move, we do all of these incredible things. And what's even cooler on all that is everything duplicates or replicates or gets a new one. You get a new organ every 7 years or something like that, right? I mean, it's all, so then you have this thing where you literally are upgrading, right? And changing. I mean, we are not, you know, people say, I don't change. Hey, you are not the body that came out of your mother. I can guarantee you that. So, you know, whatever direction you came out, like, here's the thing. We are in constant change every second. Mm-hmm. It is, whether or not you want to play with it or not. So we can, in the realm of health, right? When you shift whatever program, which some would call genetics, others call story, family story, ancestral lineage, right? Mm-hmm. You know, the biology, right? I mean, we talk about things like, yes, there's been a lot in the realm of cancer and being genetic, or even alcoholism and being, you know, a family lineage. All of these things are imprints and stories. Mm-hmm. And we get to decide. We get to choose. Powerful. And with the support of a container that says, yes, you can recreate your life at any moment.
Yes. And each new moment is just all there is.
Yes. Yes. Let's say that again. Here we go. Each new moment is all there is. And that's it, because when you are here now, you have one, NOWWON, and you are one with everything, ONE, right? Back to that expansion is oneness.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, when we choose that. So the polarity ever existent doesn't mean that it's necessary that we live in that. Life is about oneness, and everything is inclusive. It's our fear that creates but, you know, in that realm of like, it like separates us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what, right now that just something telling me, do we need to look at what's happening on YouTube? Is everything streaming well?
Yes, we're over here. And somebody else is just joined. Oh no, that's the same thing. So yes, so we have Gwendolyn that's witnessing in, and of course, Gwendolyn, if you would like to share any thoughts, you're welcome. This is a community experience, community conversation, which will be growing by leaps and bounds. So in this moment, actually, since we're having a conversation about the now moment and sort of the details of YouTube, and hello. Did you want to pop in?
Depends on if my earbuds are working.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. No, I'm mostly, as you say, witnessing and just thinking about the integrative process of our constant evolution and how we can direct that evolution in choosing every moment, like reframing, take a breath. Because to me, that is a big part of it, is being able to have a new perspective on what your immediate reaction is to what's going on. Take a step back and see what's actually happening at the root of it.
Yeah. That encapsulates a big piece of what we spoke into. There's always something underneath. and love being the foundation, but all the other stories create what we excavate.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
So, thank you.
Yeah, it's like new eyes to see. Think of it that way. It's like a prayer in my heart, like have new eyes to see. Also, on the other side of things, when realizing that my thoughts may be limiting or going down an avenue of fear or lies or something, and the way that I can tell that is like I don't feel good, like I'm just like emotionally uncomfortable about something, what's going on. It's like also no shame or blame. It's just an incredible experience to be here in this carnation on earth and to be able to have the opportunity to remember and to learn, as you had said, and to see ourselves more in truth and to be free of what causes. We're not really the cause because we aren't the mind, but the mind is in subjection to the greatness of the soul, the spirit that we are. And so awareness, Toltec wisdom, awareness alone begins to create the shift because
Mind,
all
sight.
energy.
Yeah, all energy and vibration. And in a realm of what I'm feeling right now is that we all are here. Well, first, we're all here learning, right? And we're all here learning in different places. And some tools work at some point and then they don't work anymore. And then we're learning for new tools. And in essence, this is what sacred connection is we are talking about themes, words that represent opportunities and ways of knowing that will support us in connecting to ourselves and the divine. And in those ways of knowing, then we get these tools. And what I'm hearing you speaking into, and what I'm hearing you speak into, Gwendolyn, as well, is when we stop and slow down and witness, right? When we feel our body, when we feel dissonance, when we feel resonance, this body, this being has so much information, has so much knowing, has so much capacity and capability. We already said it for healing. You can make a whole new body in 7 years, right? You can decide just like that to change your thought. But everybody's like, but it doesn't work like that. It's hard. It's hard to do that. Like life is crazy. So one thing is to be in that honoring where you are right now. We don't honor. We move beyond. We don't even move through. We're like, oh, there's an icky spot. Let's go around it. Right. I do not want to go through the icky spot. Right. Potholes or they fuck up our car. Right. That's true. But then you get a better car. Okay. So you mess up the car, you get a better car because you got to work on that. So if you fall in the pothole, you're going to get out of it and you're going to remember to maybe work with healing the pothole, or this is different, choosing energetically the resonant vibration of the new path, okay, that doesn't have the pothole in it. But it's not because you're avoiding it. You're choosing another path that has healed those holes. Mm-hmm. And this is the power everybody has. We all have this power. That is where empowerment and disempowerment resonate from. And it's right in our solar plexus, right? It's in our will center. Mm-hmm. When we start there, and IBS, like irritable bowel syndrome, that has like exposed itself over the last 30 years, right? I mean, you've been in this is discomfort in the belly. I mean, let's think about where that resonates from. Mm-hmm. And so that's that place that every physical experience is a reflection of an energetic vibration.
Yes, yes. The physical isn't the physical. I mean, it just is not. But I get that it can really feel like it. It can feel like it more than,
I know we're going to maybe mess up someone's world and expand it, right? Let's mess it up and be weird. It's all okay. And then you're one and you're expanded. I mean, that's what we're looking at here, right? Is chaos before flow.
Yeah. That often
The
happens.
5 rhythms. Yeah.
Well, yes. Yeah, right. Did you all get that? Okay, we're just gonna dissolve. Forget everything you knew. That we've confirmed that's the problem. Just whatever you knew was wrong. Whatever you were taught. I mean, and that you have all the answers. Truth is, you do. All the answers are within inside you, and and we're one. I love
and everything about you is a message to everyone that's around you. We are a one beingness, and we are impacted by everything and everyone. And I want to come back to energetic boundaries for that reason, because it's something that in the world of personal growth and spiritual growth and honoring self as a transformational coach, as a birth doula, as an intuitive body worker, like that has been my expression in the world for more than 20 years. And recognizing in my own personal relationships, because I'm the best one to be playing with is my own shit, right? And then I get like this, and that's why our mess is our message. Anywhere we are, whether we're a mom or a parent, or where we have a little business where we're the president, or we run it, or we don't, whatever we're doing in the world, walking through the grocery store, everything that you do has vibration. And that means that when you're out in the world, there's a lot of fucking vibration going on, right? And it can be a lot to manage other people's. Well, guess what? You do not have to. You do not have to manage anybody else's stuff. All you need to do is be with you and fill yourself, right? Fill yourself with that love. That in and of itself creates a beautiful energetic boundary. Yeah. But it doesn't mean you're pushing anybody away. You're filled with love. And then along the way, you learn to see how little pieces can kind of tweak your boundary, a word, an energy, the way someone speaks to you. And then, what else can deplete it? The way we speak to ourselves. You can be in your own energy bubble and have a negative self-talk moment. That boundary goes right down. And then you're more susceptible to other people's experiences. So the beautiful thing about this is that it's palpable. It's measurable, right? Right. It may sound like just some fun word with a wave thing situation and stuff that we can't possibly understand, but I guarantee it, and I swear to you, you put a hand on a tree, you're going to feel that. You're going to feel that. I mean, then, put your whole body around it, hug a tree, like you become a tree. Yeah. Become love.
Oh, yes. One of my favorite things to do. Honestly, yes. Grounding. We talk about it like, you got to get your walk in, you got to get your steps in. You also got to go do your grounding, be barefoot on the earth, right? Like exchange energies so that you're more grounded, you're more rooted.
Well, it's interesting. That brings me into that conversation. Is anybody thinking right now, okay, so we're talking about the earth again, right? I mean, so there's that place where we live on the earth, though. So this is that reminder. We live on the earth. It's a third dimensional existence. We do bodily things that relate to being a bodily creature on the earth. And we're energy and light and love. And we're oneness.
Yeah.
We cannot live only in energy, light, and love here in this reality. It'll be like, well, we'd be an ascended master, like walking the earth possibly, but most likely we would not be in the body anymore. Like the body is part of the container, the experience that we're here to be a part of. So we don't want to dismiss it, but we don't want it to be the guiding principle. Right? So if we come from the place that we're a spiritual being having a human experience,
Thank you.
we start there and we say, I want to put on an earth suit and experience things like chocolate and things like pain and things like love and things like roller coaster rides, right? I want to experience the sun on my face. As a being of light, those feelings and emotions are not relevant, necessary, or present. The spiritual beings are like, hey, let's go feel some shit, right? Let's go be on earth and learn another part of my spiritual evolution while we feel stuff. And that is important. It is important that we feel. And when we get to a point where we see what, and I'm going to say this, we as the collective, what you, Jen, Gwendolyn, the Sacred Connection community, the light-minded beings that we are surrounded with, that we seek out those beings, they seek out us, we literally vibrate, right? We vibrate and resonate with and towards each other. So if you're someone that's witnessing this and listening to this conversation and saying, like, well, what am I supposed to do about this? Here's what I want to offer you. Be with what is. Love is everything. Love everything. And be the witness to your life.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing here. We're witnessing ourselves. This mirror, I love doing this on Zoom because we can look at ourselves, I can look at everybody that's here. I can look in the little camera so that you see me looking into your eyes. I can play all those kind of games, right? But here's the thing. Look at yourself in the mirror, in the mirror of the Zoom and wherever you are. And, go look in the mirror. Really look in the mirror. That is potency. We don't really even see ourselves. How is it possible to see anybody else? Well, I didn't know where we were going today. We didn't know where we were going today, right? We just went all over the place.
Well, I can imagine it's some type of flow when we're not contriving. I think it goes this way. Feels really good to just be in conversation about the sacred, the truth, resonance, love that we are. And I have found the most in my own life and then working with others and witnessing them. There's a process that's definitely healing or wholeness or the realization of who we are, which sometimes can come in a moment and seem to go away. We don't feel like true essence. It's always back to love, It's always comes back to self-love, which sometimes can be easier for others or easier for us if we extend love out towards another or even to other sentient beings, or gratitude for
it's so funny. It was like forming in my brain. I'm like, we're going to bring in gratitude. So I energetically planted that one for you to speak because, think about that.
Thank you.
There's a beautiful, Elizabeth Gilbert wrote a book called Big Magic. Some of you might be familiar with her with Eat, Pray, Love. There was a profound piece in that book where she spoke into energy thought bubbles coming and hanging out with you. And, so it's an idea, right? Maybe, it could be an idea that's personal. It could be an idea that is more for the global macro, world, whatever it is. But let's say you don't act on it. Like, it hangs out with you for a while, and then somewhere down the road or on the other part of the planet, it is birthed, right? It comes through another being. And there's that place of, I had that thought. And the thought was like, yeah, I gave you a chance to have this thought, and I wanted to exist. So I went somewhere else for someone to put me into being. That's what the thought and energy is. So yes, it's that simple to remember that we are constantly receiving information from the divine, from our inner child, right? A lot of the breakdown, and that's a whole other conversation, right? But a lot of the breakdown that we experience within ourself, in our system, in our energetic emotional bodies is old programming, right? And it could be just as old as your childhood. It could just be that, and it could be as old as your spiritual incarnation, all of the different pieces. The more that I feel that the more that we are willing to honor all, the more that we can be one with it. Because then there's nothing in resistance.
Like, of course, why would I have resistance? Everything is going to be different. We're just these unique expressions of life playing out. It's all about us, and it's not about us at all.
Exactly. It's all about us, and it's not about us at all.
Exactly.
How can we say that all day? It's all about me, and it's not about me. It's all about me, and it's not about me.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Everybody needs to hear this. It is all about you.
Absolutely.
It's all about you. It has to be all about you. You came here to be an expression. And if it's all about you, and it's all about you, and it's all about you, and it's all about you, it's about all of us. And that is something that few people on this planet are willing to stand in, because we've been programmed that it's not about you. And that if you make it about you, you have ego, and you are bragging, and you are boasting. So I want to leave, in part, something else for everyone to witness, that when you honor yourself, when you celebrate and acknowledge you, and start in the mirror by yourself if it feels uncomfortable, then honor it to people close to you that love you, and then keep on honoring it. And it does three beautiful things. It supports you, it supports others, and it supports the collective, because you model for others the beauty of celebrating yourself. When it becomes bragging and boasting is when we laud that over others, right? When we express our celebration as better than. That's it. That's the only difference.
So within as without.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Oh, I love how you just shared that. Oh, it just yummy. It's at my heart and soul. This whole conversation is. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Gwendolyn, for being here. And for anyone else in whatever time space continuum that you find yourself, I will call us into the now moment, speaking to next week, next Saturday, almost at this same exact time, same exact channel, here in the Sacred Connection Community Portal. We are going to be having a live launch of the Sacred Connection anthology, which is a collection of 7 incredible chapters speaking into heart, authenticity, wisdom, and stories of growth as spiritual beings holding the light and love. And I'm so excited for what we're going to get to do as we hold the container, the authors and the publisher and the community, as we do what's the most amazing thing for us to be doing, which is being beings of light, expressions of love, and honoring this powerful journey that every single one of us chose. We're here at this profound time on this planet where more and more and more of us are honoring this truth, that love and light, the truth. Yes. You know, and here's the thing, you know, we all are our own guru, and you may feel so aligned with Jen and Gwendolyn and myself, and you're like, yes, yes, yes. And you may not. And what I have to say about that is good for you for having thoughts. And here's it here. How does it feel? Does it feel good? Then follow it. I'm not going to tell anybody how to live. And I know that most of the people on this planet will stay where they are to support the 3D Earth School matrix for those of us that are where we're going. It's trusting in the alignment of everybody's chosen journey. You know, you can lead that horse to water. You can't make him drink it. You know, it's like a kind of an old story. So here's the thing. Here's the water, beautiful ones. It's warm, it's cold, it's whatever temperature you want it to be. And it's all inclusive. It's all love. And this community is here growing, expanding, connecting to all of the other vibrations that are about love. That's what we're here for. Aho. Well, I feel a beautiful hour has transpired in our day, and wherever this hour lands in the world, may it be serving for this continued powerful evolutionary journey that we are all on. So join us 11:11 at 11:11 Mountain Time till 1:11 Mountain Time, because you got to play with the angel numbers.
Messages.
Yes.
Messages.
Okay. Well, we have, do you have any final thoughts, Dr. Jen, Gwendolyn?
Love, words, you know, sometimes there's that Toltec where when you're existing within the language of truth, there's little that is said. Of course, we just did a really good job dancing with dancing within this world, you know, using words and symbols for the purpose that we're having a conversation and we are talking about something, but you know, it goes beyond the words. It's the resonance of how it feels, you know, maybe in one ear, out the other, or it's like, oh yeah. I mean, I don't really know what we said. I just know it was about resonance and vibration and truth, and I'm happy. I'm grateful. I'm grateful we've come here today. I'm really excited about next Saturday too. I'm just happy to share this time and space with you.
Yes. Well, what this is another opportunity to provide a blanket of love onto a planet where we are seeking that inner, deep, sacred connection with self and the divine. So we have a fabulous signature closing in all of our sacred connection experiences, and I must bring it here too. So wherever you are, put those arms up, drop your pens and waters, and wrap them around and give yourself a hug, because the magic of a hug in community is life-changing. This is it. Self-love all the way. All right, beautiful world, wherever you are, may you know the oneness of you as light and love. Until next time, we'll see you next time in a love light chat. I love you.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Love you.
Okay, and we are